how should you decide if you want to start your own practice? And there are a few different questions that I would suggest asking yourself. One, why are you considering starting a practice? Like, why do you want to start a practice versus another type of business, versus get a PRN job, versus like just stay at your full-time job and look for opportunities for growth? What's making you want to start your own practice? And I think that's a really great question to start with and be honest with yourself about, and that'll give you more information moving forward. The second question that I would suggest asking is, what are you hoping to get out of it? And being really honest with yourself about that, because you have to start somewhere in terms of like what you're thinking like your goals are going to be and like what you really want to get long term, because starting a business, starting a practice may or may not fill like those desires. And so evaluating it based on that is a good place to be as well. Third question that I would suggest is, what do you feel like you might need to sacrifice in order to help yourself get where you want to go? Is it going to be your time? Is it going to be your money? Is it going to be the side job that you have right now that you have to put on hold or quit for now because you want to be working on growing your practice? Are you going to sacrifice workout time? Are you going to sacrifice time with family? Something most likely is going to have to give. Like I said before, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but you're probably going to have to give a few hours of your time per week in order to start growing your practice on your own. So looking at not only what might you need to sacrifice or give or redelegate time to your business, what needs to go, and then is that worth it to you for like the value that you can get on the other end in terms of becoming a business owner and like all the things that you can look forward to once you get going with this and really get into it. Is it worth it to sacrifice the other things? Some people might say yes, some people might say no, and that's really important to consider. And lastly, what's your gut instinct? I think that there are going to be a lot of people watching this who are still going to be nervous. Like they're still going to say like, oh, I really don't know if this is for me. And like you might have to think about it for a while longer, and that's okay. But then there are going to be a lot of people like myself who say, I have to do this. I have to go for it. And you've known it for a really long time that you have to start a business. And for a lot of the people watching, you already have a clinical degree and license. So let's start a practice and let's start there and let's just start treating people privately and see how you feel doing that. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you want to have a different type of business, or do you want your practice to look a little bit different? But you have to start somewhere. And so if your gut instinct is, I want to do this, then I would highly recommend getting into it. You are going to get so much more out of it, I think, than not. That even if you try it for a year and figure out it's not for you, you're going to have learned so much and grown so much in the process and have such a clearer understanding of who you are and how you want to be living your life that it's going to be an invaluable experience either way. So highly recommend it. So with that brings us basically to the end of this segment on the pros and cons of starting your own practice and a few different things to consider. Can you start a practice? Can you not? How do you know if you should start one? And I hope this was helpful to give you some ideas to start to think about. And for yourself, I'd recommend making a good old-fashioned pros and cons list. Look at what you're thinking about doing with starting a practice and what kind of practice and all the pros that it could bring to your life, the cons that you see, and then even like walk yourself through any fears that you might have around it and talk yourself through the fears of, where are these fears coming from? Are they based in reality? Are they not? And what can I do about them in order to conquer those fears? So if you are planning to start your practice this year, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're planning on doing. I'm super excited to hear from you. And if you have started a practice, I'd also love to hear about that. Leave a comment down below. Tell me your story. And as this being like one of the new videos on this channel, welcome to the 2021 grand opening of my channel here, where I am just hoping to share as much as I can about like beginner business knowledge and know-how, marketing, sales, owning a solo practice, and then, you know, taking care of yourself along the way, because it's such an amazing opportunity that is available to you right now, and I'd love to help you however I can. So if you have more questions, leave them in the comments, or feel free to check out some of the links that I'll leave in the description down below. You can come visit my social media, my website, reach out, feel free. I am super excited to join you on this journey and look forward to hearing from you soon.